What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Astro, and listen, today we're gonna be talking about my top 10 hits from the Prom One Next Level Showcase 4 that happened this past weekend. I'm a little late behind the curve. It's been a very busy week, so I'm fitting this in. I'm sorry for being so tardy. I know I've been kind of absent, so you guys forgive me. But let's get into this top 10. Let's start off with number 10. So coming in at number 10 is a little bit of a troll. It's a little bit of a troll. This is the Final Fantasy 6 piece. I put this in here because it's definitely not a hit. It's more of a miss, just because of the price. I'm sure if you guys are not familiar, there's been a lot of controversy around this piece because this piece is priced at about, I think, $11,000 or $12,000, something in that range, and it's legit. It's like 1,450,000 yen or something that equals out to be like 11 grand for us. And it's 6 scale. Why is it so much? Nobody freaking knows, man. It's just so freaking expensive. I think it's limited worldwide. It's only 500. I don't give a damn what the edition size is. There's no way for not paying that much for a statue. But hey man, that's just what it is. A 6 scale statue from like 11 grand. Go figure, man. I don't know what the hell it is. I dropped a joke on Facebook. I said it was made of vibranium. So it had to be for that price. It better be for that price. But yeah, that's my troll for this video. That's number 10. Let's get it to number 9. So at number 9, I have the 3rd scale Vampirella statue, and I think that this is gonna do well for a lot of collectors, man. I know that PCS gave us I believe it was third scale as well, but I wasn't particularly fond of the head sculpt. It didn't really work for me. The statue itself was cool. It was a nice statue, but I feel like they really knocked it out of the park here with this Vampirella. If I'm not mistaken, this is done by Artgerm. So this is just puts a little extra spin on it, makes it look way cooler. And I think Prom One's they're gonna sell a lot of these. I think it's gonna sell out for sure. Love how she's on the couch. Love the bats. Love the blood dripping. It's perfect, man. I really think that they did a great job with this. For me, it's not my cup of tea, so I won't be getting this piece. But I think that a lot of people in the collecting community will really appreciate this piece and pick it up. So coming in at number 8 is a piece we didn't really see a lot of. This is a piece that we kind of got renders of. It's like a grayscale render, but we saw a little bit of it. This is the Batman versus Batman Who Laughs statue. Something about Batman Who Laughs looks a little awkward to me, but I really like the statue. I really love how they're fighting. I think this is probably inevitable. The Dark Knight's Metal line has proved to be very popular now in the collecting community. Batman Who Laughs is proved to be very popular in the community now, so why not do a diorama of him fighting Batman? I mean, it works. So I think it'll sell pretty well. I think if they they land it, they give us the quality that they usually do. I think that'll be a good statue for everyone. Is that something I want to market for? Not necessarily, but I do like the concept and I do like the sculpt itself, and I can't wait to see more. Now, coming in at number 7 is the Final Form Batman. This piece here is really cool. I've always loved like that God suit from Batman in the comics. I've learned that it's actually not as popular as I thought it was. A lot of people don't really know what it is, but I did really like this piece. I felt like Batman, the suit was like skinny. It felt skinny. Maybe it's because I haven't seen the suit in a while. It's been some time before last time I saw it, but it felt skinny. It felt like they kind of trimmed him down a little bit. Just kind of wish he was a little bit bulkier. But I love anything where you have the Justice League fighting something, even if it is Batman. Love the Wonder Woman, the Flash. I think there's Green Lantern on the base as well. I think that all looks really nice. Is it something I would pick up? In theory, no. I don't think it fits my collection right now. But if I had the space and if I had the funds and just I could get whatever I want, I'd probably definitely get that piece because I think it looks cool. It reminds me of the XM Studios Darkseid versus Justice League, but it's the Justice League versus the Justice League. But anyway, that's gonna be number 7. Let's get into number 6. Number 6 is actually what I think is a piece that is probably going to be top 3 in a lot of people's lists. But for me, this is sort of a blend of my list versus what I think the community will like. And for number 6, I have the Penguin. The Penguin, I think this is a statue, this is a person, this is a character that everyone's been looking for. It's never been done before in quarter scale or third scale. They're giving it to us in third scale. And not only are they giving it to us in third scale, they're giving us a Batman with it. So it's like a diorama. I'm 99% sure they're gonna give us 2 versions, right? Where you have the version where you can get just the Penguin himself, and a deluxe, or whatever they call it, where you have the Batman, kind of crouching over the Penguin. I do think that the Batman is a little awkward in his pose up there. It's not too bad, but it's just a little awkward. I don't know. I don't like how his arm is out, or it's just something about it I don't really like. But I think that the sculpt is cool, and I think that it was a nice addition. I don't really think that it was needed per se. I think that this statue could have sold itself just on the Penguin. They did a lot of great switch outs. All the head sculpts look really nice. You have the gun, you have the umbrella, you have the vulture, all of which look really, really cool. So I think they knocked this one out of the park. I don't really think we needed Batman per se, but they added him and it was cool. So I think that they'll sell a lot of pieces with the Batman, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, this is definitely a hit for the community. All right, so coming in at number 5, we have a Transformer. Transformer being the Dragon Megatron. I know that's not the proper name for him, but we're getting into Beast Wars. They're getting more into Beast Wars now. We got Megatron. This version of Megatron is freaking phenomenal. You have a dragon as his arm. They had effect of like the fire coming out, which was really cool. Really knocked this one out of the park. I mean, it's gonna have a lot of presence. I know that we have a huge community of Transformer collectors. Bayformers, G1, Beast Wars. I mean, people that collect all 3, right? But I think that this is gonna work well, man. I already know there's some people. I already know people who are gonna order this day one. It's a day one PO for them, and I can't blame them. This piece has a lot of presence, and it's just a cool, dope piece overall. So it's gonna come in at number 5 for me. Let's get to number 4. So for number 4, I actually have a tie. I have 2 pieces, right? And this was one of the biggest reveals and most hype reveals from the showcase. This is Green Lantern and Sinestro. They come off as a set to me, but I know they're not a set. You could probably purchase them separately. But man, they really, really work well together. The sculpt. I love how they gave them Sinestro like a shiny. They gave both of them like a shiny type feel. I don't know what they used or anything. Maybe when I get more pictures, I'll be able to figure that out. But it looks really cool, man. You got the Green Lantern. You have Hal Jordan. You have all the different effects. You have the lantern at the center of the base. The sculpt is phenomenal. 3rd scale Green Lantern, man. It's really cool. Now the only thing that really held me back with that one is I would have wanted a John Stewart. That's me personally, because he's my favorite Green Lantern. But Hal Jordan, he works. I mean, he works as well. He's the most popular Green Lantern, but not necessarily my favorite. But also, I mean, you got Sinestro. The Sinestro is freaking awesome. The head sculpts look great. The detail is there. It's quality stuff from Prime 1. And you have Tri-Eye with him as well. This was my first time seeing Tri-Eye. I'm not familiar with him. And so, I was kind of taken aback, like, who is that? I think a lot of people have that same reaction. But nonetheless, everything across the board looks really, really cool for both of these pieces. And I think that this is going to sell well in the community. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But that's going to be my number 4. Let's get into number 3. So, getting into my anime bag, making sure you can see I have an anime shirt on. But number 3 for me is going to be the Attack on Titan piece. You have Eren, you have Mikasa, you have Armin here in the statues. Like, I guess you can call it a diorama. Knock this one out of the park. Looks freaking great. I think this is going in the right direction. I'm actually really considering this piece because I'm such a huge fan of the anime. Now, what I think Prime 1 should do now is, the next time they do an Attack on Titan piece, they should go in the direction of creating the actual Titans themselves. Eren's Titan, Well, I don't know if I want to spoil things for people, but all the Titans, right? And that'll look really cool, and I think they'll do very, very well, especially like in well, I don't know if it's 6 scale or what scale this is, but like a quarter scale Beast Titan would look freaking phenomenal. It'll be crazy. But that's gonna be my number 3. Let's get into my number 2. My number 2 is actually sort of a regret. Now I wouldn't. It's like borderline regret. Number 2 is Darkseid, right? So Darkseid isn't a new piece, right? We knew Darkseid was coming. He's actually been up for PO quite some time. We've already seen pictures and stuff of him. They teased him like a year ago. It's fine, you know. We already knew about this piece, but this was my first time actually seeing him next to an actual person, seeing a production sample of him.
Oh, somebody! Oh, he needs some milk.
Looks freaking phenomenal. He looks great. I have the quarter scale Darkseid from Queen Studios on order, and man, I was like, man, you know, should I have gotten the 3rd scale? I ended up not going 3rd scale because I didn't want the scaling to be too off from my Justice League back here. But now that when I saw it, I convinced myself that it was okay to get the 3rd scale, because I mean, you gotta think about Darkseid is in the comics. There's different, you know, he's at different heights, but he's a lot bigger than the Justice League, right? I mean, he's not the same size as the Justice League all the time. So I could justify getting this 3rd scale instead of having a quarter scale Justice League line. I mean, I could make it work. And I actually went to the Prime One website to try to get it, but then that price just kind of stopped me in my tracks. Yeah, I don't know about this one, big dog. It is very expensive for the exclusive. I mean, I feel like you have to get the exclusive with his hands behind his back. I mean, that's just classic Darkseid. I wouldn't display him any other way, if, you know, obviously with me having the option. But yeah, man, I don't know. You guys, you do this. You guys subscribe to the channel. Let me get monetized, and maybe I can get the Darkseid. All right. But anyway, let's move into my number 1. But before we get into number 1, drop down in the comments right now and let me know your top 3, 4, 5 picks from this showcase. So without further ado, let's get that's
what
that was. Without further ado, let's get into number 1. All right, so coming in at number 1, we have the Devastator. Now this piece here, this is a day 1 PO personally. Now I was actually looking forward to seeing the Wonder Woman statue, the Death Metal Wonder Woman that they previewed at the last showcase, or somebody like Robin King or Harley Who Laughs or something like that, right? I was not expecting to get this piece, but I think that it pushed it pushed the franchise forward, it pushed the license forward, and I think that it's going to be a hit for a lot of people. This is, like I said, a day 1 PO for me. You have a lot of presence, a lot of everything with this piece. I mean, you have, also, by the way, you have the Batman, the transformation Batman. If you guys remember the XM Studios, the Hulk transformation, where you have Bruce Banner, then you have the Hulk right behind him. Same type of situation, same concept per se, but you have the Devastator, and then you have Batman, who's, you know, with the switch outs, you can have him transforming into the Devastator. Now, I really hope that you're able to buy them separate, or not separate. You can buy the Devastator by himself, and then also the Devastator with Batman, because I don't really see a need for Batman personally. I don't want to pay the extra for him. I know that the Devastator is going to be expensive enough as it is, and I'd just rather not pay extra for the Batman too. So 9 times out of 10, if they give us the option, I'll just be getting the Devastator. But I think that, I mean, everything is freaking phenomenal. The sculpt, the paint, like the base, just everything. Like they've been knocking this entire line out of the park. I have the Batman Who Laughs, I have Red Death coming, I have the Dawnbreaker coming, and now I'm gonna add the Devastator. But now I'm crossing my fingers to hope to see Robin King or Harley Who Laughs or something like that in 3rd scale. I know that XM is doing Robin King in quarter scale. I want to see this in 3rd scale. So if you guys want to see the Prime One Studios Robin King or something like that in 3rd scale, make sure you drop a like and drop a comment down below so that hopefully they see this and they'll go ahead and produce it. But that has been my top 10 list, guys. What do you guys think about this list? What was in your top 10? Again, let me know down below in the comments, man. But again, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like this video. And don't forget to stay safe. And until next time, see you guys in the next one. Peace.